Okay, this is it. Moment of truth. Are you in budget for your road trip? All right, so we're going to look at accommodation and food. We haven't looked at that yet. And then we're going to total everything up. So we're going to go back to page 3 of phase 2, which is what you did in the last video. And you're going to bring that cost forward. So in the last video, I decided I'm going to take the Pilot. It was the cheapest. It got the best gas mileage, and there's plenty of room for my activities. And the price that I came up with was, where did I write it down? It's going to cost me. So step 12 is go back and figure out your vehicle cost. So whichever vehicle you chose, $1,144.26. Okay, cool. Now we're going to talk about accommodation. Okay, so some of you are sleeping in your car. That's fine. Some of you are staying with friends and family. That's fine. And a lot of you are staying in hotels. Okay, so you need a place to stay every night of your vacation. And you either have to say it's in my car, it's with a friend, or it's at a hotel. Okay. The last night, though, you're going to sleep at home. All right. So my trip is 17 days. So I need 16 places to stay. It's always one less than how many your days are. If there's a specific hotel you want to stay at, that's fine too. Just add it to the list. So I tend to go budget. I've got a kid. So it's me, Tim, and Penelope on my trip. I tend to go budget but I don't go like Motel 6 or anything like that. So what I put on here are different types. A budget hotel is like La Quinta Inn, Holiday Inn, Hilton Garden. Those are considered lower end, not Motel 6, things like that. Boutique are more like Hyatt House, like Little America, Hampton Inn. Those tend to be about $180 a night. And then high end is like Ramada, Marriott, and Sheraton. There's different versions. So again, these are just ballpark numbers. So what I want to do is I'm going to stay about 10 nights. So 10 of my 16 nights, I'm going to stay at more of a budget hotel. Okay. So I'm going to multiply them together. It's $130 per night times 10 nights. So that gives me $1,300. Okay. Then 3 of the nights I want to stay in like nicer hotels. So maybe that'll be in Phoenix or I forgot, or Austin. And those are $180 a night. So I'm just going to multiply 180 by 3. And that's going to run me about $540. And then there's a really cool hotel in Santa Fe that I want to stay at, and it's expensive. So that's going to be my other 3 nights. Okay. And that's $660. Okay. Accommodation does cost quite a bit. So those are my average hotel costs. I'm going to add them up. So plus 660 plus 1,300. And I'm going to spend, exactly $2,500 on hotels. Okay, cool. So far I'm at about $3,600. Okay, now let's figure out food. Okay, so there's a couple different ways to eat food. You do have to eat 3 meals a day. Let's just pretend you're eating 3 meals a day. That could be snacks too. Choose what type of restaurant. So I made this really general. You're either going to eat fast food, okay, which is convenient, not healthy, but more places have healthier options. Mid-range is like sit down, order something kind of cheap, like dinery type. High end is going to be like, yeah, I'm having a steak. And then I added on there hotel breakfast because a lot of hotels come with breakfast. So if that's the case, you don't have to, those are free, right? So I put NA for cost. All right. If you have another type of place you want to eat at, maybe it's a special place. I put that down here, or you could put, this is where we'll keep track of if you buy a cooler. Okay. Some of you want to buy a cooler and just eat out of that. That's fine too, but you still have to have a food budget for that. Okay, cool. So the first thing I'm going to do is my vacation is 17 days long and I'm going to eat 3 meals a day. And I'm going to say 2.5 people on my trip because I'm bringing a kid. So if you're bringing someone like say under 10, you can count them as half because they don't eat as much food, right? And usually kid meals are cheaper. So I take 17 times 3. That's how many days we're going in 3 meals a day. So that's 51 meals times 2.5. So I need about 127.5 meals total. Okay. All right. So I'm trying to think. Let me just check something really fast. All right, I had to change the document a little bit, so it looks slightly different, but it will look the same for you. Okay, so I need 127.5 meals in total for me, Tim, and Penelope on the whole road trip. Okay, so I'm going to start first with the fact that I'm going to bring a cooler. Okay, so I'm going to add that in down here. Now, you don't have to do that, but it does save money. Okay, so I'm going to assume that all our lunches, well, let's see, 17-day road trip. So we need 17 lunches. I'm going to say maybe 12 of those lunches are going to be lunches that we make, and maybe 5 of those will be ones that we pick up. So I'm going to say, let's see, there's 2.5 people. We're going to say 12 lunches. And I'm going to give that a cost of like, what are we going to eat? Sandwiches, chips, and fruit, probably. Maybe $200. Just a flat cost. And maybe that's going to include snacks too. So I'm going to put $200 here. Okay. Now, so I would start there if you're going to take a cooler. Again, you don't have to. It's up to you. Maybe you want to eat out really nice places the whole time. Okay. So the other times, those other 5 lunches, I'm going to put as fast food. So there's 2.5 people, and we're going to eat those 5 lunches, fast food type. So remember, there's healthy choices too. So that means the total number of meals, so there's 2.5 of us, there's going to be 5 meals. So to get the total number of meals, I'm going to do, oh, you know what I should do here? This is 12 meals. Oh, 12 times 2.5. I forgot to do this part. 12 times 2.5. This is going to give us, this is going to take up 30 meals. Okay. All right. Up here, I'm going to also do 2.5 times 5. And that's going to give me about 12.5 meals. Okay. And mine's weird because I got the 0.5s. Unless you're taking a kid under 10, you won't have 0.5s. Okay. So we're going to get about 12 and a half meals. We're going to multiply that by 10. That's $125. Ugh, eating out is so much more. Okay. Now I got to take care of dinners and I got to think about breakfast. Okay. We are staying in a hotel room every night. So that means that every breakfast is going to be covered because it's continental breakfast, and then you can grab some snacks to take with you as well. So we have 2.5 people. Are you getting the, there's a pattern here. They're all going to be 2.5. So 2.5 people are going to have 16, because there's 16 mornings of my trip. All right. Oh, 17. You know what? I'm going to eat breakfast at home the first day. So it's 16 breakfasts, and 2.5 times 16 is, that's 40 meals that we're going to get. And it doesn't cost me anything. That's a big fat zero because it's already included in the hotel. Okay, so I've got to figure out, I've got my breakfast taken care of and I've got all my lunches taken care of. Now I need to have 16 dinners because on the last day I'm going to be at home. So you can decide if you're going to get in late, eat dinner at home, or eat dinner on the road. If you're going to get in early, eat dinner at home. And you know what? If I'm driving all day, I'm going to eat dinner out. So I'm going to do 17 dinners. Okay. I think for the most part, we're going to eat 14 of those at just like a regular restaurant. Okay. And then I'm going to eat the other 3 at a really nice restaurant. Okay. It's hard to take kids to a nice restaurant, plus it's expensive. So those are my dinners. I'm going to do 2.5 times 14. So that's going to give us about 35 meals there. And then 3 of our meals, 2.5 times 3, are going to be the high end. So that's 7.5 meals. Okay. Now I got to figure out the total cost. So 35 times 20, that's, good Lord, $700. Oh, that's expensive. And then 7.5 times 40 is $300. Okay. So I kind of looked at it different. I tried to go breakfast, lunch, dinner. That's just the way my brain works. You could eat fast food the whole time. You could eat mid-range the whole time. You could eat expensive the whole time. Okay. So now these numbers right here are all the meals that I accounted for. It should equal this number. So let's add them up. 12.5 plus 35 plus 7.5 plus 70. Okay. What do I got? 125 meals. So that means that I'm off by a couple meals here and there. So what I have to do is I need to have 127.5 meals, and right now I have 125. So that means I left one meal out. So I'm trying to think, that could be a breakfast. I'm trying to think because I'm eating breakfast. Oh, you know what I did? I assumed that I was going to eat breakfast on the road the first day, but then I changed it and said I'm going to eat it at home. So I'm going to add here home breakfast. And it says brekkie because in Australia, that's what they call breakfast. Okay. And we're going to eat my home breakfast there. So there's my other 2.5. Okay. And that's an option. So my total is 120. I've accounted for 127.5 meals. And now I got to figure out the total. So 700 plus 300 is 1,000, 1,200, $1,325. Hopefully is all I'm spending on food. Okay, we're ready to total everything up. So down here, you want to add in all the things that you've done. So you got to go back to your activities page. That was step 11. So that was part 3. So let's see, what do my activities add up to? I got to find my page really fast. My activities added up to $1,003. Whoa, excuse me. $1,003. Okay. My vehicle costs, if I go back up here to step 12, okay, and that was from the other page, my vehicle costs were $1,144.26. My hotel costs, if I go back up here, remember I had it on there before. Let me just look and see what it was because I had to change that sheet. Nope, just kidding. Let me find it really fast. Okay, hang on, I got to find it really fast. Okay, got it. I had 2,500 here. Okay, because I changed the sheet. So 2,500. Then food, which I just figured out, $1,325. Okay, and then other. I don't have an other. So I'm trying to think what would fit in there. Oh, maybe you had, well, the charging station cost would be in there. We'll figure out what the other is. There's got to be, some people have different scenarios, so I definitely left that in there for different reasons. Okay, moment of truth, time to add it all up, see if I'm under budget. $1,003 plus $1,144.26 plus $2,500 for hotels plus 1,325. Drum roll, please. My trip is $5,972.26. Sweet. Okay, so if you're over budget, you got to go back and figure out what happened. You got to make some changes, okay? If you're under budget, up to you. You could go back and add in activities. That would be the easiest thing to do. You could change the hotels that you're staying at. Yay, stay at nicer places, pick the pools, things like that. You could eat better food, so you could go change that. Or you just have the extra money left over. You're under budget. Granted, this scenario is not exact. We didn't include tax. We use averages for mile, like we drew straight lines for miles, right? We use a really low gas price from last year. So like right now that'd be higher, probably by about 60 cents a gallon, which would probably put me over budget or actually right about budget. And we just estimated hotels and food. So not an exact science, but this gives you a good idea of kind of what it would cost. All right, cool. So good job. I'm going to check the math on what you did, and then we may or may not present these, and you can just give us kind of a gist of your road trip. Okay, cool. Good job. I hope you had a good time doing this. I love planning road trips. All right, see you soon. Bye.